Republicans capping off their triumphant election season with one final win. In Louisiana, Bill Cassidy easily beating the incumbent Mary Landrieu in the runoff there. That means 54 Republicans come January. The Congressman, Senator-elect Bill Cassidy, my guest this morning. And, sir, good morning to you. And congratulations on your victory. And thank you for doing your first cable interview here on America's Newsroom. It's good to have you back. There were 60 Democrats.
Thank you for having me.
You bet. There were 60 Democrats in the U.S. Senate when Obamacare was first passed. In January, next month, there will be 46. How do you explain that, sir?
Yeah, the American people are incredibly upset with the president's policies and the direction he's taken us in. And you can start with Obamacare, in which if you're not getting the subsidy, you're getting hammered. Your hours perhaps have been reduced from full-time to part-time, or you've even been laid off. But it goes beyond that, Bill. If there's one party for the working family, it is the Republican Party. Working families want to see Keystone built. They may not have the job, but they know a family like theirs that will. And they look at this and it's a no-brainer, and yet the president and his party find every excuse to kind of, if you will, Gruberize us, deceive us as to, well, this is the reason we can't do it, when we know it's only their prejudice against these working jobs.
Well, on the House side, too, Democrats have lost 75 seats over that same period of time that I just described. That's more than any other president. Hang on for the question. That's more than any other president in power going past Harry Truman when he lost 74 House seats over 2 midterm elections. What is your priority with a new majority, not just in the Senate, but also in the House?
Yeah, clearly we need to do good things for the American people. Right now, Obamacare, for example, is hurting the average American family. Their premiums have gone up substantially. They're going to go up more. So that would be a place to start. How do we make this less onerous or replace it with something which works for the family and not against it?
So do you go after Obamacare with individual bills, or do you think it is smarter to wait until next spring when the Supreme Court rules on a big case regarding subsidies? What do you think the best strategy is now?
Clearly, the president is going to veto anything. So although we may attempt it's up to Senator McConnell, of course, as our majority leader, but there may be a repeal and replace bill. But as long as the president is the president, he is going to resist anything which changes the law, it seems, a dot. So we need to start with things which we all know are working against the interests of the American people, and that way we get that bipartisan support, which again makes this law less likely to hurt that working family.
Give me a particular or two on that. What would you do specifically?
The 40-hour work week is something in which you just speak to the lower income folks, and they have had their hours reduced from 40 to 30. Where I live, East Baton Rouge Parish will no longer employ a substitute teacher for more than 29 hours a week. Another school board in Lincoln Parish reduced custodial and food service workers, 800 of them, from 40 to 30. If we eliminate that, that is the beginning of making this law less harmful to the pocketbook, if you will, of working families.
No, just broaden out the discussion here. If you look at the South, Democrats will not have a single U.S. Senate seat or governor across 9 different states. That starts in the Carolinas, that goes west toward Texas. What's going on there now?
There's one party for the working family. There's another party which is not. If you're in a coal mine right now, would you be voting Democrat? Of course not. If you were working at a wellhead, would you be voting for this president and his policies? Of course not. If you are in the maritime industry or the petrochemical or you name it, something in which we use America's natural resources or the transportation thereof to create jobs, this president and his billionaire hedge fund backers oppose it. But if you're a working family, it's how you put bread on the table, create a better future for your children. The Republican Party is the party for that family.
So your opponent, Mary Landrieu, now vanquished, she would make the same point, that she was working for the people of Louisiana. Why do you believe that she was beaten so easily?
When you vote for the president 97% of the time, and he's become so identified with these policies, which, again, are tilted towards his elite backers, but not for the working family, you support him 97% of the time, you're going to lose.
Well, with the new majority, Republicans get it right this time, or will they find themselves battling within their own caucus to sideline this new majority? What do you believe will happen?
And always in a democracy, there's going to be a tension between different viewpoints, but we understand that we have to do good things for Americans, and that is our charge. I trust we will live up to that charge.
We'll see you in Washington. Thank you, sir, for your time today. Senate-elect Bill Cassidy, out of Louisiana. Thank you.